It's a dope move.
Yeah. It's a big game. Who you know that got it behind the scenes, like behind the O-line, soon as the QB say hype. It's big game, big game. Analysis from the player's point of view. Injuries, big trades, player news. Yeah, sector competition, and he play with Tony Dungy. Better listen, I'm talking about Big Game Sports Buzz. Said everything you need and more. Yeah. Big Game Sports Buzz. I thought I told you once before. We call him Big Game James. Yeah, Big Game James. Big Game. What's up, everybody? This is that time and that day. It is time for Big Game Sports Buzz, where the sports fan and the pro athlete get together and talk about all things sports. I am Jay Stoggs, the Buff Nerd. Let's go. And of course, I am joined by the man, the myth, the legend, the reason why this podcast is called what it is. And I got my high octane, high energy from this dude right here, Big Game James. What up, dude?
Stoggs, what's up, man?
Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? That Hershey's just kicked in. I'm ready to go. Let's go.
Did you get that from Willy Wonka today? I meant nothing by it, bro. I got it from
Wilma Wonka, my bro. Wilma.
Okay.
Let's go. Man, football is here. Yo, I'm so happy, so glad that we're here right now. I know you haven't said about 2 words, but it looks like you're busy. So let me do this while you're doing that. Make sure that you like, subscribe. I got you, bro. Let me do the housekeeping, and then we're going to jump into this thing because we got a lot to cover. But it's all good. Yo, just make sure that you like, subscribe, share this podcast and this network with your friends, your family, and your frenemies. Remember, without the hate, hey, we don't elevate. So make sure that you're doing that. You know what I'm saying? We can definitely do that. Make sure that you comment. We love to tell you when you're wrong, because a lot of times you are. And you know who I'm talking to, MJ. So big up.
Wow.
It's football, man.
I couldn't get the gun loaded fast enough, bro.
Hey, I'm coming in hot. It's football season. Let's go. I'm so excited. So excited. You ready?
Yeah. I was just trying to shoot people. It's all good, man. Maybe God is trying to tell me I don't need sound effects right now. Oh,
no sound effects. Not right now.
Why the hell is Facebook not on here tonight?
I don't know, man. But guess who is on here? You, and me, and that's it. Down like 4 flats.
All right,
I feel like I'm loud.
You are, but you know what? That's just the energy, bro. Keep that energy, man. I love it.
I'm gonna tell you, it really, really is, and I love it. All right, so look, tonight we're gonna have our 4 downs. We're gonna have our oh hell no. We're gonna have our between the lines, because, like I said, it is football season, so we got to talk about football. And of course, tonight's top 5, again, keeping with the theme of NFL, top 5 power rankings, or top 5 NFL teams going into the 2024 season. So, yeah, very excited. Are you ready? You good, man?
Hey.
You going to this thing?
Yeah. I'm ready.
It's too loud. You got to check the volume on that thing.
All right, bro. I'll double check that. But guess what?
Thank you. Let's go.
It's time for the 4 downs. That's right. The hottest sports news around. BGSB presents 4 downs.
That's right. These are the hottest topics that we want to talk about with you. So, man, I'm so crunk right now, bro. Okay. Take it back, calm down. Let's hype it back up. First down, listen.
Oh, damn.
We talked about this last week. We did talk about this, and I know this has been going around. And let me tell you something about the internet. It's undefeated. But last week, Monday, primetime television, Florida State University lost to another unranked team, Boston College.
And another conference game. 2 conference losses in a row.
2 conference losses in a row. You go across the pond, get beat up, right, by Georgia Tech, unranked in the ACC. And you come back and you get beat up at home by Boston College. We obviously know the season is over. There's no way. Even if you're ranked, if they run okay, let's just stop there. Is the season over?
Yeah, it's done. They you put 2 knives in Florida State Seminoles. Jay, two things that I take from these first 2 games. And a lot of people made a lot of excuses after week 1 because Florida State went undefeated last year. They had a bunch of complaints that they missed the playoffs. Then got murdered by Georgia in the bowl game. Come back this year, they said that they found their quarterback in DJ Ugalele.
That's what they said.
And if you watch that game, the first game on week 0 in Ireland against Georgia Tech, they had no energy. They had no life. They looked like a team without confidence. This did not look like the same team. Now, granted, and I know Lil Joe might chime in here later, or I have something to say about it. They lost a lot of seniors. We know this. They lost a lot of players, not just seniors. They lost a lot of players to the draft. I believe over 20-something players, right? But watching that team, the one thing that Florida State was known for over the past few years was their defensive front, getting pressure on the quarterback, stopping the run. They looked like Swiss cheese. It almost looked like a 7-on-7 drill with no D lineman even in the damn game. They are getting run through so bad. And when Georgia Tech did what they did with confidence, I knew Bill O'Brien's team would do a good job because say what we want, Bill O'Brien, he may have run the Texans into the ground, but he did a good job when he was at Penn State. He's going to do another good job at Boston College. He is a college coach. And Boston College, I'll say this, will be one of the better teams, I believe, in the ACC. And they will be playing in December in a bowl game this year. Florida State, though?
Yeah. Aaron, good to see you, my guy, my man. Listen, DJ Ugalele has not been good anywhere. You are correct in that. When he was at Clemson, he wasn't good. Now,
he was good last year at Oregon State. He was good at
Stop
Oregon
it. Stop it. Is that why Penix? That's why Penix was there?
Penix was at Washington, genius.
Not Penix. The other kid. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't, because DJ Ugalele started at Oregon State last year. It was the man.
Oregon State or Oregon?
Oregon State.
Okay, listen.
Bo Nix in Oregon.
Okay, listen. Here's the thing. He was never good anywhere he's been.
I ain't gonna spend all this time on that. It's your opinion.
What?
It's your opinion, bro.
Prove me wrong. You know that's why I always say, prove me wrong. He's never been good anywhere he's been.
And I've talked so much smack about this young man. I have. He was butt crack awful at Clemson that year, and he left. He hit the high road. He went to Oregon State. He revitalized, rejuvenated himself. Had them, I think, as an 8-win team, 7-win team, whatever it was. I believe it was 8 wins. Made it to a bowl game. Pac-12 falls apart. He leaves. I understand leaving when you go to a 2-team conference. You got an automatic win and a runner-up. You got 2 goddamn teams left. He had to leave. He goes to Florida State, but he shows that he has regressed and not progressed. That's all I'm saying. I will look the stats up here. I will send them to you. I don't need to put it in here while we talk about this. We got a lot to cover tonight in the 4 downs.
We do.
But DJ Ugalele, whatever his name is.
DJ Ugalele.
It's not Uwale. But DJ DJ Uche Wale. No, DJ was not bad at Oregon State. and I'm gonna find those stats for you.
Is that a Lil Kim song? Is that Lil Kim or Foxy Brown? I don't know.
I don't know.
That's a Lil Kim song. Yeah. Anyway, the fact is that you have this team, FSU, who's trying to leave the ACC, and which is funny to me because it's like, look, you could be top of the heap. You currently, and maybe this is why they wanted to leave, because they clearly saw that, we're not good, and we probably won't be relevant. And I feel sorry for the coach because there could be a possibility, this is a leading, fan base. We love you one moment, we hate you the next.
And that's the Florida State fans for you.
You wanted Deion didn't go, so you burn his jersey in effigy. Now you're like, you know what? Maybe we can still get him. You think we still get Deion? Like this, look, they're done. Done. Ding fries are done. Man, let's get to the second down.
That's cool, but just before we move on, Florida State is done last year, and it's bringing up Florida State stats. Never mind, bro. I just wanted to prove you wrong, but I'll find out and share it with you later.
Find and share. We always like that. Make sure that you're sharing this podcast with your people. I told you. Hey man, elevate.
Anybody out there watching, if you can, comment below DJ Ugalele's stats from Oregon State last year in the 2023 season. I want to see that. If anybody out there doing that, help your brother out.
If he was so good, why didn't he go into the league?
Everybody can just go to the goddamn league, Jay. And he's getting close to $1 million at Florida State.
I mean, he could be making way more in the league. Just saying.
You make it sound
if he's that good.
You make it sound like, you know what? I'm going to the league. Like today, you're like, you know what? Fuck doing this podcast with Big Game James. I'm going to the league. Oh, you gonna just go to the league like you go to Sam's and Costco and Walmart? It ain't that easy.
Not me, but he could.
No, he couldn't. He wasn't ready.
Why not?
He was what? You could be a good college quarterback and not ready to go to the NFL.
That's very true.
You know how many good quarterbacks don't even make it in the NFL?
A lot. But that's my argument is if he's so good at Clemson and if he's so good at Oregon State, go ahead and go to the league.
Now you put words in my mouth. I never called him good.
I didn't say that. I'm not saying you said that.
Okay.
I'm just saying for those that do say that.
As long as we know we on the same page.
Can we move on to Clemson now?
Yeah, go ahead. Go because I'm trying to find the article.
That's fine. You can find it. Look.
No. I'm talking about the Dabo Swinney, bro. But go ahead.
Oh yeah, no. That's why I'm giving you that time, bro. I mean, come on now. It's all good. Dabo Swinney, and here's the thing: Clemson, another one, ACC, right? Who's trying to get out for whatever reason, because I guess they feel like, hey, they're being slighted and ACC can't do this, that, and the other, whoop-de-wop. Stay in the ACC, okay? That's your best chance to get into the playoffs because the way you're playing, and I understand that you're trying to develop. So here's the thing about Clemson and Dabo especially. He's getting a lot of flack because of the fact that he's come out and said that he doesn't want to go into the portal. He doesn't feel like he should have to go to the portal to get players. He should be able to recruit players, and he's always had a high recruiting class. But the thing is that everyone is going into the portal now to get players to fill spots for those players that have left for the NFL. And he has players that has done that, or players that have left Clemson to go somewhere else. But he feels like, hey, I don't need to do that. You have a son that's right now going through kind of, saying the system, right? The process. He's at the beginning stages of the process, going from high school, going to college. And then at some point in time, as a parent, understanding that, hey, if I have a coach, if I have a son, let's start there. If I have a son that wants to go to a certain school, certain things are not playing out. And he says, Dad, I want to move or I want to go to another school and go to a portal. As a coach, should I not at least entertain the thought of going into the portal and not just?
I think you have to, Jay. I think to make sure that you're going to be competitive You have to see if your school is a place that former top recruit may want to land. Now there's some questions and some ways I think you have to do it. I don't think you just automatically go in and start grabbing kids out the portal, because I think other schools are showing that may not be the way to go. It sucks because a lot of kids are afraid of competition. They jump in the portal and leave because they want something handed to them. Those are not the guys that you want to get. But if you get those kids that were lied to and overpromised in the recruiting process, and the other school did not carry out and really give them a legit chance, and this is someone that you may have wanted and lost in the recruiting battle, then I think you try to go back in and find a way to get that kid to come back to your school again. I believe Dabo is going to hurt himself because there's got to be a happy medium. You can't be so hell-bent and hung up on, I know how to do this, my way has worked, I'm going to continue to do it my way, and you continue to lose. Now, I will say this. If I'm Clemson fans, and if I'm Dabo Swinney, which he said he's not panicked, I don't panic yet. You just lost to the best team in the country. The University of Georgia could probably go beat the worst NFL. They could probably go beat the Arizona Cardinals right now.
Oh, that's for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, that being said, if I'm Clemson, I don't panic yet. But if you now cannot go out and win the ACC, you are in trouble, and you're going to have to change how you do things. So, Dabo, be ready to change your mind and how you view the transfer portal, because you may be in trouble if you don't. I just believe Dabo Swinney can't be stuck in his ways and think that it's my way or no way, and I don't have to do it any other way.
I think that, so I kind of look at it from two ways. The first way is Clemson will not be a destination for any student, any player that's looking to come in, because they already know, well, I can't go there, so I'm not even going to try. So that part.
You mean portal kids? You mean kids in the portal not looking to go to Clemson?
Yeah.
So they don't. That's a great point. Okay.
The second point, though, is if I get recruited by Clemson and he keeps the same mentality and energy, then I know that I have a chance to start here, possibly. Now, I see your face, and so it's that part right there that's like, okay, the competition is going to be internal. I don't have to worry about any other player coming in from another school. So I can see both sides, but I think, to your point, it will hurt him more because it will not be a destination that other players will look at. And plus, other players may look at it and say, you know what, if I go there and if I don't like what I see, how will I be viewed? How will I be portrayed? Will I get any help or anything like that?
Man, look, I don't know what it's going to be. I just know the way the game is going. You have got to include the transfer portal. Do you have to live in it? No. And I think Colorado's made a mistake of going against some of the guys that they're going to come in and revamp their program, and they're still struggling a little bit by going, and they're going so heavy. It's because you still have to have some continuity, and it's hard to gel when you get some of these guys late. Yeah. You need time. We know that. But there's got to be a happy medium. You can't ignore it, and you can't overpull from it. You've got to have a happy medium if you're going to be successful. The days and ways of how things are done recruiting-wise have changed. Like I said before, Dabo's going to have to change with it, or they're already mentioning his buyout. When people start writing articles and mentioning how much the buyout is, you best believe it's been a topic of conversation amongst ADs and boosters somewhere.
That's what happened to Jimbo down here at A&M. The moment they started talking that, man, I think it was maybe a year, if that. Afterwards, he was gone.
83 mil.
And boosters like, you know what, it's worth it. Because now you see A&M in the SEC, giving a very good game to Notre Dame and saying, hey, you know what? It's worth it. It's worth it because we are more relevant as a perennial team, a perennial power than a laughingstock. And that's never what you want to be, right? So, yeah, 83 million is a lot of money. But for him, for Dabo, yeah, when they start having that conversation, fans are upset, boosters are upset, your high-ranking officials in your college and entity are upset. You out of there. It's just a matter of time.
Facts.
It's just a matter of time. You ready for third down, sir?
We ready, baby. Let's go.
Oh my gosh. I heard this and I said to myself, okay, I think this would be a good topic. Third down, we're going to talk about Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. And she has been drawing a lot of comparisons. The latest is Jordan. Michael Jordan. And this was,
I just want to make sure I had to put my ear to the mic.
Yes, Michael Jordan. She's been drawing comparisons to Michael Jordan. And this was from Nancy Lieberman, who was commenting on one of her games. And she's well respected within, basketball and all of that. And
she overrated, bro. Nancy Lieberman Klein is overrated, but go ahead.
Here's what I'm going to say about this topic and why I put it to you is, what she has done for the WNBA league today is phenomenal. I cannot deny it. No one should deny it. She has been it. Okay. When you think about Jordan coming into the league, he was irrelevant, really. I mean, he was a third pick overall. He got hurt. And so it was several years before he actually got to pay dirt, and they had to switch people out, different coaches and whatnot, right? But she's drawing these comparisons. Okay. Obviously, by your reaction, you don't believe that she is Jordan-esque.
I mean, it depends on how we're looking at it and what do we mean when we say Jordan-esque. I think you said a few words just now that made me redefine the thought process when you said that. Mm-hmm. So is she Jordan-esque as far as bringing the attention to the game, creating more fans, and boosting the game? Because play, we can't say it with play. But if you mean it from a standpoint of what she's doing for the women's game in comparison to how Jordan helped jumpstart NBA love and fandom, then that's a fair assessment. I can't speak against it.
And I always say this: Jordan was the best of his era. When you look at Jordan when he came in and what he did, you had Bird in Magic. To me, they elevated the game to a point where people wanted to watch it live. And I keep saying this over and over again, right? Before their college championship game, it was tape delayed. Right. And that we're talking 1979. So it ain't that far off.
Right.
Where people were watching pro sports tape delayed. We're talking National Basketball Association, right? So there's a lot of things going on there. By the time Jordan comes in, now we have the golden era of basketball, what is considered the golden era of basketball, when you have Jordan and Bird, you have Patrick Ewing, you have Olajuwon, you have all these great players, Kareem, just Boston Celtics and LA Lakers, like that rivalry is there, and Jordan is here, and the Bad Boys, Detroit. All of that is there now. I actually think Caitlin Clark is not Jordan-esque. I think she's actually more like Tiger Woods in this regard.
Wow.
Basketball and women's basketball has been around. It's been around for a minute, but it's been around.
Yeah,
golf has been around for a minute.
And WNBA is actually the third women's league that's existed.
Right. So it's been around. But what Tiger Woods did for golf is what Caitlin Clark is doing for the WNBA. She's bringing more eyes, different eyes. It's been around. And yeah, thank you. Because I'm right.
Oh, Lord.
But it's been around. And so to me, she's more like Tiger Woods. Let's not compare it to Jordan. Jordan is a whole different animal and different beast. Right? Because basketball has been around and it's established. And the WNBA has had stars before. Tamika Holdsclaw, Rebecca Lobo, Lisa Leslie, Cheryl Cooper, all these people, they've been the stars. They've had it, and then it went away because those stars went away. And so now you have Caitlin Clark. And I also believe Angel Reese and Angel Wilson and all of these players that help elevate the game. But she has definitely been that catalyst.
Okay, we can keep this thing moving because we don't have to stay on this long. But I want to ask you this, Jay, because the conversation has been so crazy to where it's not even about the rookie of the year talking no more. It's now talk about straight up MVP. Like, is she MVP of the league? I think it's going to be hard to take that from Asia, but it could happen. But needless, I just want to ask you this before we move on to fourth down and because we really got to get into this NFL stuff tonight.
We do.
Will Caitlin Clark end up being the most notable player ever in WNBA history?
Until the next, yes.
Until the next, okay,
yes.
Okay.
Until the next. There's always going to be.
For the right now, there's always going to be a next. Okay. Not mad at you at all, bro.
Yeah. But I can easily say yes. She's going to be Rookie of the Year. She'll be probably second. It should be third. If not, she'll be third or second in the MVP race.
Okay.
But yeah, no doubt about it. All the haters that have been hating on it, they've been very quiet because the Fever now are winning, and they starting to put it on people now. So
hey, I am going to start packaging honey bunches of hate. So y'all can get y'all box from the website. Hit that QR code, man. Go get your box of honey bunches of hate. Because Jay Stock said I'm a habitual hater and hate all the time.
Habitual.
And I just kick facts, bro. I don't know why you're taking my facts as hate.
Okay, I hear you. Let's get to this fourth down, man, so we can keep this rolling.
Yeah. Hated it.
Yes. Yes, we've gone from NBA, we've gone from NCAA football to NBA. Now we got to talk a little MLB.
Oh God!
Because listen, I don't know if you're aware out there, people, but the Chicago White Sox have the worst record in baseball, and they're getting close, and they've been close to having the worst record of all time. If you're not aware, the Chicago White Sox, as of right now, are sitting at 31 and 109. That's 31 wins, 109 losses.
32. They won a game between you coming up with this story and talking about it right now.
Oh, that's tonight.
Yeah, they had 32 wins, 109 losses.
In Z formation. Grandizer salute. Yeah. I mean, dude. And the attendance when they played the Rangers, they had 11,285 people watch that game. It ranked 27th out of 30 teams. 27.
You know what I take from this more than anything? Not just the fact that the Chicago White Sox are awful, because that's evident and apparent in their record.
Right.
They play way too many games in baseball. If you can have triple digits in the loss column, you play too many games. Now I know you or other people will probably say, well, big game. It's up to that team to be successful to win so that it's not such a hideous or horrendous looking record. No, oh hell nah. It is too many damn games played. If I can have 109 in my loss column, man, if baseball wants to become popular again, if baseball wants to get popular again and get people back to watching, cut down to 7 innings and play 80 games, 82 games, like basketball.
And here's the crazy part. They still got like 15 games left, like 15, 16 games like that, man.
I can't even hit the button, man. I done got out the damn app to look up DJ Ugalele stats. I done pulled up DJ Ugalele stats. Hell yeah, big facts, man. Fuck. God, sorry. Baseball. 160 some games. You got 109 in the loss column.
62 games.
Yeah. Gone.
162 games, man. No. So they're sitting at 109. That's like, what do you say to someone in the locker room on that squad after, like,
Jay, nothing? The U-Haul has been packed since they done packed up for the offseason when they hit 70 losses. So like 30-something losses ago. This team been done. There's nothing you can say to a 109 loss team. Nothing.
I don't hate much, but I hate that baseball season. I need it to be cut shorter. Hey, and listen, we're not even in the playoffs yet. That's what's crazy. So you still have the playoffs to get to, and then you have the pennant, and you have the pennant races, and then you get into the World Series, which is best of 5. So, best of 7. Sorry, best of 7. So yeah, man, it's you can start off hot, and then. And not even make the postseason. But yeah, when you 109 losses in, man,
hey,
like,
I need baseball fans to chime in. Like, if you catching this after we live, let me know how it feels to just be that bad, and what can be done to make the game better. And this one, I need to reach out to my man Torrey Hunter. I really need to reach out to Torrey and ask him how we can fix the game. I got to, because this is bad, bro.
I just want to know, how do you get to that? Man,
Jay, I just pulled up the stats. The next worst team is the Colorado Rockies. They're 51-88.
Yeah.
And then the Los Angeles Angels are 57-81.
Yeah.
But 32 and 109.
32 and 109, my man.
Do you know what that makes me say, Jay Styles?
What does it make you say, my guy?
Oh, hell no. 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 Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no.
That's right. This is the part of the podcast when we see things throughout the week that make us say, oh, hell no. There's been a couple of things, quite a few things going into this week. Big game. The floor is yours, sir.
Chicago White Sox. Oh, hell no. That's not even it. But for Jay Stoggs making me talk the last 5 minutes about a team that has triple digits in the loss column, that's oh hell no. College football, man. Week 1 took place this past weekend because they had the infamous week 0 to start the season out. Right. And I love college football, Jay. I love college football more than I love professional football because of the traditions and everything else. And your boys all for a good celebration.
Right.
But Kyron Lacy, wide receiver at LSU, he took a little far on Sunday night against the USC Trojans. I don't know if you saw this. Kyron Lacy scored a touchdown, and after he scored his touchdown, he proceeded to take out the air gun and blast the USC player. And then he got a personal foul, and then went back on the sideline to proceed and talk about why he got the penalty. It wasn't a big deal. Like, I don't know why I got a penalty. I just did this, and he re-simulated what he did. Yeah. I'm all for a great celebration. I'm all for some creativity, but for y'all to just start reiterating what y'all listening to, this crazy ass music y'all listen to nowadays, bro, that's oh hell no. Grow up, Lacy. Great player, but dumbass celebration. I got one more too. Sticking with football. University of Miami stumped the mud hole in the University of Florida Gators this past weekend.
Yeah, they did.
So much so that defensive back Khalil Jackson decided to take a picture in the locker room with his middle fingers up and proceeded to say, F this team. Now, it was on his story, so it's since gone away, but everyone screenshotted it and put it up. Some people are saying he was saying F this team, meaning F University of Miami, before the game started. But everyone that I talked to has said that the story emerged after the Gators got beat down at home in the swamp by the guys from the U. And if this is what you did and how you turn your back on your team, you get big games. Oh, hell no for the week.
That's fantastic, bro. I mean, all the way for that. When old boy did the whole gun thing, I was like, okay, we real stupid. We real stupid. Hey, let's go. See the hill. Love it.
David Burns, appreciate you, brother.
It's all been this rap and hip hop music, violence, and video games that led to this. You know what? It's traveled over into sports. We obviously saw it with Jay Morant and all of that. Like, it's just been a thing, and it's there has to be a paradigm shift. That has to start from Little League all the way up, in the schools all the way up, in the home all the way up. But if it's perpetuated at home, it's going to be perpetuated everywhere that they go. Look, man, for me, the first one is going to be the FSU fans.
Chance for the backup.
Please stay quiet. Don't say nothing. Don't talk to me about last season. Don't say how you shoulda, how you woulda. Like your governor, all your senators, all the people that were saying we should have been a Bible. Don't say nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. Just be very quiet. If you make the bowl, make it quietly. If you make a bowl, make it quietly. Okay? If you're in a Jimmy Kimmel Bowl at 5 and 7, okay, that's cool. You made it.
Why we got to do that to Jimmy Kimmel? Why the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl got to be the 5 and 7 bowl? I like Jimmy Kimmel, dog.
I like him too.
Damn,
It's still a Jimmy Kimmel Bowl, bro.
I got you, brother.
Hey, yeah, for sure. We didn't have this issue with Motown later, disco and all that. I got that, man. Grandizer, this is we're not doing a fight. I can't even say, come on, Grandizer. You did it to me again, man. I just clicked. You did it to me again.
Oh,
no. The next one I have real quick so we can get to some football here. I don't know if you're aware, but there is now a new sport. Now, I have to admit this, on my For You pages, I get some of the craziest stuff. And you know this. You know this game because I send you stuff.
Yeah, you do.
The latest that I sent you tonight, it's called Plank Wars. I'm not sure if you're aware of this or what it is, but basically you have two people. There's a line in the middle, and they're in a plank position. And their goal is to score points within a minute by pulling or slapping another person's hand or arm either across the line or where they fall down out of a plank position. People, we're bored, but we got to find better things to do with our lives.
Did you find this on the Ocho?
I did. Like,
God damn.
Okay.
You stay on the Ocho, bro.
I'm bored too, but they should be this bored where we have plank wars. Plank wars. Look it up. It's a thing. It's true. Listen, first of all, it was riding a hobby horse and jumping over, right? The obstacles. That is a thing. And it's in Austria and Germany.
That's different.
It's not different. How is that different?
I mean, on a horse. Oh, wait, tell me. A hobby horse is fake.
A hobby horse, a stick with a horse head on it, man. It's called a hobby horse.
I got it. I forgot. When I said that was different, I'm thinking equestrian. I was thinking equestrian.
And you know what? Here's another thing. Those jockeys are not athletes. It's the horses. Let's celebrate the horses, not the people that ride them. They're lazy. They ain't doing nothing.
I mean, that's a whole. I'm not going there because the Little People of America and Little People of the World Foundation is going to get us if we talk about jockeys because ain't none of them bigger than 4'4". I said it.
Oh, hell no. Let's get
Hey, man, you know what's next. Let's go.
Between the Lines, powered by Loyal to Ash Cigar Subscription. Get your subscription today.
Not today, not getting canceled today. Listen here, let's go. It is time for Between the Lines where we talk about what's between the lines. Hey, let's start it out, man. They call
man. Hey, man.
They call that playing horsey. Let's ride.
Hey, man.
I'll be talking about Mr. Sierra. Go for it.
Yeah. So this new part of Between the Lines that we're gonna start doing every week, this NFL season is gonna be big games, pick 6. All right. We'll pick 6 games of what we want to talk about, games that we think are gonna be the best games.
Right. He called everybody little.
Hey, man, Grandizer, I'm barely 6'3", bro. I am nowhere near 6'9".
I'm only 6'3".
I'm barely 6'3".
You know what? His name, Grandizer, he's the abnormal one. Okay? He's abnormal. That's not normal.
Now if you compare me to like the Shaquille O'Neal.
Come on, man. Let's go. Between the lines. Right. What we doing?
All right. Pick 6. We're gonna take 6 games and we're gonna pick the winners. And so,
let's go.
First one. Thursday night kickoff. Playoff game revenge. Ravens, Chiefs. Who you like in that game, Jay Stoggs?
Man, this is such a great game. And it is tough. I haven't seen the Ravens play at all. I've seen the Chiefs, and they look like they are in top form already. So I'm picking them because I do believe in having rust. And when you don't play, even if it's preseason, all you do is practice. Nah, you need to do more than that. So I'm picking the Chiefs.
Okay, cool. That sounds good. I believe that Baltimore Ravens are on a mission to prove that they should have got things done. They're still one of the better teams in the league. I believe Baltimore comes out and shocks the world, and they upset the Chiefs in week 1.
Would it be a shock, though?
I don't think anyone sees Kansas City losing this game. I think a lot of people are drinking the Kool-Aid. You just said it yourself. You're going with Kansas City.
Yeah, but it's only because of the rust factor, and they haven't really played real football for a while. But I don't think it would be a shock.
A lot of people are out. Receivers are hurt for Kansas City. We shall see. And I think Derrick Henry is going to give them a chance to be the difference.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Next game. And then we're going to touch on some more of this a little bit later. The Packers and Eagles, not from Lambeau Field, but from Brazil. Who do you like in that game?
I actually like the Pack. They're young. They're young. I like their defense. So they got a good mix. And I think this year they're going to Jordan Love just takes another step. With the receivers and the back that he has. All
right. And, I think adding Josh Jacobs does help to the backfield, help him out a lot, take some pressure off Jordan Love. I believe it's do or die season for Jalen Hurts. I believe the Eagles are in a win now situation. I believe that they go get it done. But I'm very interested to see if Jordan Love can pick up where he left off last season.
Yeah. But you think the addition of Saquon Barkley helps them? Helps the Eagles?
It shouldn't hurt at all.
Yeah.
Okay. It gives you another weapon in that run game. I mean, you lost Swift, but you replaced him with Saquon Barkley. I'll take that upgrade. If he can stay healthy. We know he always hurt. He is almost Mr. Glass 2.0.
Yeah, that part. Part.
A game that I have to mention just because the Buff Nerd is on the show. The Dallas Cowboys travel to Cleveland, Ohio to take on the Cleveland Browns. Who you got in your Cowboys and Browns game?
Man, oddly, here's the thing. My heart says, but my mind says Cleveland. CeeDee Lamb isn't right yet. He's got to get in football receiver shape, and he's such a huge part of that. But I'm playing. Come on, it's the boys. It's the boys. It's gonna be a tough game, but it's the boys all the way. You thought I was gonna go against my boys?
I don't know what you're. No, I know you weren't. You're a Cowboys fan. You think every year Cowboys fans think that they're gonna go 17-0?
No, that's not true. That is not true. I think it's gonna be a tough contest. It can kind of go either way, but I think the boys pull it out.
I mean, I do believe that Dak Prescott is one of our better quarterbacks. I've said this in a few shows past. I'll say it again now. But that being said, I believe that this is one of the tougher defenses y'all are going to play all year.
Yeah.
I believe that CeeDee and Dak are going to be a ways off from the holdout. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to take a couple weeks to get going right. I think Cleveland at home steals that game from the Cowboys. And I say steal because Dallas, I believe, is favorite. They were like a 2-point favorite, I think, going into the line earlier this week. I'm going to take Cleveland in that one. All right, man. This next one, you have really bought into this team and selling them really, really hard. The Houston Texans taking on one of my former teams, the Indianapolis Colts, in Indianapolis. Who do you like in this game?
I like the Texans. They're the best team in Texas. Richardson is coming back from injury, so this will be his first time seeing action. So we're going to see what they got. They got Jonathan Taylor. The defense, we'll see if they're can really step up and do what they need to do this season. But it's all going to be on Richardson's legs.
I believe that at the end of the day, Houston just has a little bit more depth than Indianapolis. I think they can find a way to go in there. Although I do believe that playoff loss left a bitter taste in the Colts' mouth, and I believe that they will want to. Was that a playoff loss or that division game that they won late to sneak into the playoffs? That late season loss that the Colts had to the Texans, and I think it was, I can't remember. I think it was a regular season game, and then that catapulted. Either way, it's gonna be a tough one, but I'll give me Houston in that one as well. The game that I got to talk about, just because I got a lot of friends that like this damn team, and I believe that this man is going to be under a lot of pressure, and that's Russell Wilson and the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Who you like in this game?
Man, the Falcons. Give me the Falcons all day. Mr. Sierra is washed, bro. And he's washed.
I need my damn button on that one.
He's washed, man. In Atlanta, if the head coach can get his head out of his butthole and realize that, hey, maybe I should run Bijan Robinson a little bit more, not just to get him to the 5-yard line and then hand it off to someone else. Now, Pitts has to be healthy, but everyone else in that squad.
So harsh.
Raheem Morris, yeah.
He's the new coach.
I understand he's the new coach.
But you said if the coach realized we ain't seen what he did yet. Can we give him a game before we judge him off last year?
True.
All right.
Okay. Fair enough.
Good point. Hey, man, you know what I got to say to the Falcons? You're number one. Let's go Pittsburgh. I really don't believe that. I believe Atlanta's going to win that game. I don't believe that at all. It's just too hard for me. It's too hard for me to pick the Falcons, bro.
I mean, I understand. I'll never pick the Eagles, but sometimes you have to, man. Let's be honest with ourselves.
I believe, and we're going to talk about this. I believe that Pittsburgh's one of the teams that's under the most pressure to perform this year. I believe Mike Tomlin has to get things done, or he's going to be in trouble. Anyway, last but not least, the best game of the afternoon. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are hosting the Washington Commies from Raymond James Stadium. Who do you like in this game, Jay Stoggs? The Commanders or the Buccaneers?
Well, let's see. I'm probably going to pick the Commanders. Are we kidding? What are we talking about, man? No. The Bucs should have a good game. You have two of the best receivers, I still think, in the league, in Godwin and Mike Evans. Your quarterback continues to overachieve. With your running back, we'll see what he can do, but I like him. He's going to get you probably 900, maybe even 1,000 yards this season. Your defense is, to me, is what's going to be suspect, as well as the offensive line. If they can get the line together, the offensive line together, you could be formidable and really push Atlanta in this division. Otherwise, it's Atlanta's to lose. But I think for this game, you should pull this win out.
All day, every day, baby. Fire the cannons. Tampa Bay Buccaneers will reign supreme in this game against the Washington Commies. I believe that Jaden Daniels will be a good young quarterback, just not this weekend. It's going to take him some time to get better. Give me my Buccaneers. And that's our pick six segment, man.
I like it, man.
Within between the lines. Now, a couple things we need to touch on real quick before we get on to our top five tonight, right?
Let's do it.
A story that I liked seeing, and I want to get your take on, Damar Hamlin is getting his first start since suffering the cardiac arrest on the field against the Cincinnati Bengals. How do you feel when you hear this story, man?
It's and real quick, big shout out to the medical staff that has helped him throughout this, as well as his family and the supporters. I think it's a big thing for sure, for a person to say, look, I want to continue to follow my dream, and people to support him for that, because they could have easily said, no, don't do it. There's still too much that can happen. Apprehensive, but also inspired. Hey, go follow your dream to the end. You know what I'm saying? If this is what you truly love, and clearly he does, go do it. And I also want to apply Buffalo organization for keeping him on the roster, still sticking with him, helping them throughout the whole situation. So yeah, man,
you're right.
I'm here for it.
Good job. All right, man. Cool. I'm not gonna lie. The not knowing of when that injury took place, of what was happening, and then to later on find out the severity of what was going on, see that this young man is now able to be back on the field. And gradually, they brought him back slowly last year, which they should have. That was the right thing to do. But for him to actually really be back and have a chance to be starting, I think speaks volumes to the medical staff, and it speaks volumes to the kind of person that young man is. And tip my hat off to him. Good luck to him.
There you go.
This game that's happening in Brazil, we talked about this briefly. There's been more stories coming out this week about gang colors in Brazil. You have to be careful wearing green. Yet they take two teams that majority colors are green and put them over in Brazil. Don't take anything of value out of the hotel or out of the safe. Be careful leaving it places. Don't leave the hotel. Don't go here. Don't go there. Yet we're having a game in Brazil. Is the NFL trying way too hard to push this global expansion initiative, forcing a game in Brazil?
Yes, but I want to go.
I think you talk to the 25-year-old, 23-year-old big game.
Yeah, it is.
You want to go 50-year-old big game?
Nah.
I'll listen to the stories. Y'all just let me know.
That's it. Yeah. This, as a fan, I would be very apprehensive to go watch it. And to your point and to your question, are they growing it? They're growing it the wrong way, in my opinion. Right. With Mexico, you have fans there that a particular type of fan. So you cater to them, and you have a lot more safety there, a lot more things that you can do when you're there. Obviously, England and Ireland and in those places, look, you have a lot of Germany. These are places where you had your world football team was there. I don't know if Brazil had a team, but I know there definitely was over in Europe.
Because it ended up being mostly NFL, Europe, Brazil, and that.
Right. So, to me, that's where your expansion could be. Go to Africa. There are definitely places in Africa that you could go, and most of your players are African-American descent or black anyway. So why not?
Yeah, but stop. Those 80% of the black people that play in the NFL ain't never even been to Africa, dog. Africa the next place to go.
Which makes the best sense. Let's go to South Africa or Tanzania or Ethiopia. Let's go somewhere. Egypt. Dude, could you imagine playing a game with the pyramids as the backdrop? I'm booking. Let the Cowboys go. I'm booking a ticket.
Let them go and have them play right in the middle of the goddamn Serengeti where the lions and shit roam and come grab their ass.
That's so ignorant. No, that's not what they do, man. Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry. This is my whole thing, Jay. I understand what the NFL is trying to do.
Right.
But trying to mimic how basketball has done it is not going to help.
Yeah.
Every country does not have football, American football. So to try to force the globalization in certain places is not going to happen. Now, I know a lot of guys that are going to Europe. They're doing clinics. They're doing camps. They're doing workshops. They're helping build professional leagues and teams over there. And that's cool. It's room for growth. I think Brazil is a jump of the gun, and they had a chance to do something. They got something from the TV deal to get it over there and do it. That's what they're doing. I don't agree with it at all. But Africa, take it to Africa. That's cool. I was being real stupid when I said what I said, man. I hope that Shaka Zulu and the boys forgive me. All right. The last thing I want to ask before we move on to our top.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of talk about different quarterbacks in this league. And one quarterback that I don't know why has kind of stuck out to me this offseason and going into this regular season I wanted to ask about. Can Deshaun Watson of the Cleveland Browns return to form and be the quarterback that he once was with the Houston Texans? Because at one point in time, Deshaun Watson was considered, okay, not the go get the tug and rub, the guy who threw the touchdowns, okay?
Glory hole.
But I wasn't even going to go there, dog. I left it alone. And you took this shit and dunked it. You couldn't help yourself. Okay, there it is. The Crown Royal speaks again. But what can Deshaun Watson do? Can he become that guy again? Can Deshaun Watson get back to being the guy, person, and player he once was in the National Football League in Cleveland?
I do not want anyone to take this the wrong way when I say this.
But
he was never that dude. He was not. He wasn't even good at best. Like, he was serviceable.
What?
Like, nah. So the question is, do I think he can get back to what he was in Houston? Not a top 5, because in my opinion, he was never a top 5 quarterback. Let's start there. Number 2, can he get back to it? No. Too many injuries, too much time away from the game. Mentally, I don't think he is there. And again, this is me speaking from a fan's perspective. But when I'm telling you is when I see him play and when I see him, when they shoot to him onto the sidelines and stuff like that, this is a guy that's not interested in football. Not like this, not on this level. Not at all. So, no, I don't think so. I do not think so.
I'm okay. I'm done, bro. Like, I think Deshaun Watson was a pretty good quarterback, and if he can get close to that, he'll be. You pulled that up, but didn't read it for everybody.
Okay, I'll read it, man. I'll read it. Do the Cowboys and Bucks have an international player on the roster? Dolphins have one on this year. Last one was kept for 2 years and was from Brazil. I don't think we might have.
Y'all had an offensive lineman last year. Y'all had an international player on the offensive line. That was on your practice squad. I cannot remember his name. Buccaneers, I'm not sure of. I should know that, but I don't. Granddaughter, please forgive my ignorance for not knowing that answer right now, but I will definitely find that out.
I don't think we do.
Needless to say, that's your opinion on Deshaun Watson. Nevertheless, if the Cleveland Browns want to have success and not put too much pressure on that defense, Deshaun Watson will have to play, period. We want to say better. He'll just need to play this season.
That part.
To help the Cleveland Browns out. And other than that, man.
Can he play? No.
He can play some things. We just don't know if it's football.
Well, he can. He likes things to get played with. Let's go ahead and let's hit this next.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. It is time for the top 5.
It's time for the top 5. Who's in, who's out, what's in, what's out. Big Game Sports Top 5.
Let me tell you something. Crown Apple is so amazing. Some people have a top 100, some have a top 50, some have a top 25, some even punk out and have a top 10, but not here at Big Game Sports Buzz. No, we have a top 5. Who's in, who's out, what's in, what's out. Tonight, top 5 NFL teams going into the 2024 season. So we're looking at power rankings. Who are the top 5 teams in the National Football League? So,
man,
what's up?
Dude, it's crazy because, you read these things, you give me this list, I look things up, and a lot of how some writers, sports writers and experts rated these teams, I don't agree with, but I'm going to give you the 5
Big game
I think that are the best.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 5, the Detroit Lions. I think Dan Campbell has kind of made a believer out of me. I'm interested to see if Jared Goff can live up to it and keep doing it. They have 2 good running backs. Amon-Ra St. Brown, one of the best wide receivers in the league, one of the best tight ends. Their defense is very good. They're getting a lot better. So I said Detroit Lions, number 5. Number 4, this team, you made me get a cup and pour this team in my cup and start drinking that Kool-Aid. And that's the Houston Texans. C.J. Stroud, D'Amico Ryan's head coach. Dell, Nico Collins just got an extension and a deal done. They are going to be very good, I believe. So I say the Houston Texans coming in number 4 for me. Number 3, a team that I still hold in high regard because I don't think Lamar Jackson gets the love that he deserves. He gets a lot of criticism, but I'll leave the Baltimore Ravens are the 3rd best team in the power rankings this year. Number 2, San Francisco 49ers. Not everyone loves Brock Purdy, but in my DJ Khaled voice, all he does is win. That's it. Brock Purdy is number 2. And number 1 to me, and I don't want to say this out loud, and I'm glad my son's not home to hear me say it right now. Patty Mahomes and the damn Kansas City Chiefs.
You say Petty?
Patty. P-A-T-T-Y, not P-E-T-T-Y.
Petty Mahomes.
That would be petty of me. I'm not a petty person. Shut up, Jay Styles. Shut up. Because you're going to say I had it on, some shit like that. I don't want to hear all that. God damn it.
You know what, man? Look, for your list, and it's funny, I knew the top 2 or 3 we would be there. I was surprised about your 4. I wouldn't think you would rank Houston that high, but your 1 through 4, I'm with. The 5th one was the toughest one for me. But I actually went with Green Bay.
Really?
And I did. And it was all based on the defense. And to me, Green Bay's defense is better than Detroit's.
You think?
I think their defense is a little bit better than Detroit's. I think what you have in Detroit is you have a great receiver. You have great running backs. You have a very good quarterback. Not great, but very good. And you have a great coach who loves the game. And so I love watching him love the game. But I think you also in Green Bay have that plus Jordan Love, who can run. So he can do a lot of things that Goff can't. You have good receivers there, good running back, and you have a better defense. And so that's why I put them at 5. But I could easily see where they could go 6 and put Detroit in 6. But yeah, that one was a tough one for me. 5 was a tough one for me. But the other 4, that's easy. That's easy.
Well, damn. Cool.
That's it. We're done.
Yeah, more ways.
Boom, fries are done. Hey, for I am Jay Socks, the Buff Nerd. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you know next time that we.
Ding dong.
Okay, that's enough. That's why we ain't on YouTube. All right, so
we on there.
Thanks for tuning in. Make sure that you come back. Tell your friends. And again, tell your frenemies. We need them. Hate helps us elevate.
Hey, man. For the Buff Nerd, J Stocks, on me boy, former Tampa Bay Buccaneer and Indianapolis Colt, Big Game James. And this is Big Game Sports Buzz. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, fire the cannons.
Who you know that got it behind the scenes like behind the O-line soon as the QB say hype. It's big game, big game. Analysis from the player's point of view.